You sure you want to do this? There's no telling who's behind that door today.
All the ifs, there are so many of them.
We were lucky because there's so many characters to develop.
I was writing the ideas of these characters, and then we had an incredible art team that was drawing these characters as fast as I could think them up.
Are any of them scary?
Worse. Desperate.
Really bend those knees, ladies.
What I liked about the story was definitely big ifs. I liked their imaginations, like, don't hold back.
There's something from John's imagination or his childhood reading. They're all characters who have a historic relationship to anybody brought up in the 80s or 90s.
There are the core ifs,
You are the chosen one.
No. Let's not give her a complex.
and then there's some recurring ones that are eccentric and funny that show up from time to time.
Put some pants on. You're freaking everyone out.
When I was doing research for the film, it was really interesting to read up on the child psychology aspect to imaginary friends. Kids invent imaginary friends not only as a playmate or something fun, but it's also usually a projection of some trauma, whether it's a move, whether it's a new school, whether it's losing a parent. They actually create these characters as coping mechanisms. How do you make an imaginary friend specific to a kid?
My job is to bring all the characters to life with the direction and the inspiration we get from John. And from an animator's perspective, they all very different. They all have unique quirks and performances.
Oh, fancy seeing you here.
Blue is really lovely.
Wow, look at him.
My idea for Blue came from an experience with my daughter Violet, who used to tell me that my favorite color was purple, even though my favorite color was clearly blue. And after 2 years, I buckled. And now purple is my favorite color, so I thought, wouldn't it be fun to put that joke in the movie where this is a clearly purple character whose name is Blue, all because his kid was colorblind.
What are you, anyway?
I don't know.
Blue is a purple pom-pom, essentially. He's the most huggable thing in the entire world. He's just full of joy.
Blue needs to feel furry and touchable and huggable, but it's very big. We have tools to manipulate his body or get some funny gags of his head stuck in somewhere. And that's the fun bit of it, because sometimes he has to be like this. His head is gonna hit the ceiling and he needs to be compressed like that.
Well done, Blue. Now, let's start over, shall we?
Blossom, she's gorgeous.
Devilish style, adorable accent.
She likes to make tea. She's very calm and collected. And she can dance. Plot twist.
Blossom is a homage to Fleischer cartoons. It needs to live in a contemporary world, but still keeping that appeal in those old cartoons.
The idea of Blossom came to me because it was important to say that the people who create these imaginary friends were all kids at one point. So Blossom was invented by someone in the 50s. We actually designed her to be kind of an old school cartoon. So even though you grow up, that imaginary friend is still going to be locked in that time frame. Lewis is the head if. He is the first imaginary friend to say, I know you're all sad that your kids can't see you anymore, so let's create a place where we can all live together and commiserate together.
All kids need their imaginary friends, especially when they grow up.
So he creates an imaginary friend retirement community. And that retirement community lives under Coney Island, which you will find out has a very special place in Lewis's heart. My kids are all over the movie. My 7-year-old daughter, Violet's imaginary friend is Allie, who is a pink alligator that lives under the bed. I said, are you scared of Allie? And Violet said, why would I be scared of Allie? She's under the bed to protect me from bad guys. And I went, okay. So Allie's in the movie.
All kids are scared of the dark. Because those nightlights don't do anything.
And my daughter Hazel, we were sitting around a campfire a long time ago, and when you first are exploring the world of s'mores, you realize very quickly that you can't leave the marshmallow in for too long or it lights on fire and falls into the fire. Hazel thought that was one of the funniest things ever, so she invented an imaginary friend who was a marshmallow that the top of it is always on fire. There are so many more ifs. There's a unicorn, magic mouse,
Ta-da!
guardian dog.
All right, that's it. I got this. I got this.
There's a early 80s robot toy.
They get building me, but we never got lasers to shoot out of my eyes.
Octocat is a cat who dresses up as an octopus and is obsessed with being underwater.
There's Cosmo, who's this film noir detective who just overreacts to everything.
I can find anyone. Anywhere.
It was really fun to dive into why kids come up with these ifs.
It's like trying to catch lightning in a bottle. What are the right ingredients so when you put all of them together, it's just like, it worked.
Pretty good, huh?
It's been really fun playing around in that world.
Keith! What kind of a kid creates an invisible if?